Hello and welcome back to the stream. I am an hour early because everybody gets too tired and has to go to bed early. Hello, defect. Wombats are better than all the animals in Africa. That's all I want to say to you. It's noon in South Africa. Oh God, is it still? It's still Friday. Like, I mean, it's still Friday here, but it's Friday night. But it's Friday night, so we get to relax. Hello, Ricochet. I know it's Friday there too, but it's like not the end of the workday, is what I meant to say. You know, being a bimbo and all, it's hard. It's hard to conceptualize how time works. It's just a social construct, okay? Time is just a social construct. You're on a half day. Oh, so you already finished work, or are you just about to? Man, I want a half day. I wanna, or at least like have a job where you get to have a nap. That would be good. Oh, you get off in 90 minutes? That sounds nice. I do like that. That sounds like a good time. Boop. That's my excuse whenever I'm late for anything. Time is a social construct, but you know what? I'm never late for anything because my anxiety is so bad. I get to things super early, and people in Melbourne are always late, and I just think that's bad manners. I just think that is really bad manners to like be super late to somebody, especially with me, because like if I'm supposed to meet someone somewhere and I get there like 10 minutes early, but they're half an hour late, that means someone, because I have crippling social anxiety, so I'm sitting there for like 40 minutes by myself. And then there's always like some guy that starts talking to you, and like you have to make awkward small talk for them and tell them that you do actually have a friend, they're just not here yet. And they're like, yeah, sure, where's your friend? Well, I guess you'll have to go out with me today then, baby. And you're like, no, I do have a friend, I promise. They're not invisible, they're going to come. Gonna hit the gym and do tidy and then go pick up your date for dinner. Oh, that sounds nice. Where are you going for dinner? Are you getting a cheeky Nando's? Bruv? Cheeky Nando's. Let's do a Z CrossFit. CC combo. Cheeky Nando's. Do do do. Boop boop boop. Spelling bee time. Play. PTY Limited. Look, I made PTY. PTY Limited. It's not a word. Well, if it's not a word, why is it on literally everything? There is a semi-fancy restaurant called Noob, and you wanted an excuse to check it out. Oh, you're gonna hit them with the princess treatment. That's a good strat. Are you gonna get them flowers? I love flowers. I love it when people buy me flowers. You should buy them flowers. I like that. I like flowers. Penned. Pendant? Oh. The last 2 roses of the season are blooming in your garden right now. Oh, you should say that to her. You should say, these are the last 2 roses of the season. That sounds smooth. That sounds like a romantic line. I like that. Pumped forearms in a nice restaurant. Lent. Dent. an empty. I feel an empty inside. N T. And this is the last march of the end. Do, 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 do. Oh no, all the ant wives left and they can't find them. Now I'm so sad. Now I feel so sad. Lentil? No. Lentil? Is that how you spell lentil? How do you spell lentil? I swear there's a... Oh, it's an I. Okay, that's why. Plenty. Tent? Depleted. Ooh, depleted uranium. That's how I feel. Sometimes I just feel like a depleted uranium. Do you ever feel like you're a piece of depleted uranium? A useless yellow rock that's lost all its use in the world. That's how I feel. I feel like a depleted uranium. A mini crossword. Play it with a free account. Piece of bread atop. 4 across. Yellow square atop 7 across. Offering at a summer cookout. No idea. On envelope. That's either envelope or envelope, but I think it's envelope and obscure. Covers a tree in the bathroom roll. In a classic prank. TP? Brought about. Fully deplete. Ooh, like uranium. Jock's counterparts stereotypically are nerds? Survivor network. I don't know. What did you say? Make a mistake. Oops. I don't know. Boop. Offering at a summer cookout. I think that's like a barbecue or something. I think a cookout is just like a barbecue, a food party. Hang on, guys. My heart's beating a bit fast. I'm just gonna grab a tablet. Oh yeah, I'll put hot dog in there because I don't know. If you reckon it's hot dog, we'll do that. Give me a bunny sausage sizzle any day, or say. Whoop. Here we go. Meow. Oh, I forgot about my tea. Oh, my model's confused because I got up and left. She's like, are you dead? Yes, I am dead. Alright, let's take this while I remember and hopefully I can breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Envelop and obscure. One across bun. Piece of bread atop 7 across. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. Oh, don't do it like that, please. Ow, help me, I'm really dumb. B-U-N. Make a mistake. What'd you say? Survivor network. I assume that's like guessing 4 across is cheese. Yellow square atop 7 across. Oh yeah, that makes sense. They do like their plastic cheese in America. I feel like that's probably a thing. Yeah, I think this might be burger. Because a bun works for all of them, right? And maybe the channel that Survivor is on is CBS or CBN. I think those are American TV channels. CBS. Let's try that. What'd you say? Ha. Probably ha. This is probably Fully deplete. Use up. Use up. Brought about. Begin? Maybe? Nerds. Just about. Okay, what is... Oh, this is shroud. Maybe? No, that needs to be an O. Envelop and obscure could be shroud, right? Begot. Oh yeah. Geniuses, guys. Geniuses. Little geniuses floating in the sea. Connections. Let's play connections. Yeah, I'm always singing Ponyo. It's always in my head. Ponyo, Ponyo, little fishy in the sea. Little tiny fishy, who could it really be? Ba, 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 ba. Alright, we have, you know the rules. We have 16 words, 4 themes, 4 words per theme, per category. We don't know what the categories are, so we have to find 4 words that could constitute a category. And it is hard. Boop, boop. Confer. Pass notes. Present. Grant. These could all be things that happen in court, but that's probably not it. So let's find something else. Doodle. Draw. Paint. Doodle, paint, draw. No. Nothing. Vest. Pac-Man is odd? Yeah, it is odd. Well, let's try and work off that then. Boop, 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 boop. Pac-Man. I got nothing either. I got nothing either. Alright, one more shuffle. Tie, even, draw. Yeah, that is good. Tie, even. Okay, what else? Degree, paint, Pac-Man, pass note, space, grant, confer, best, dose, square. Yeah, I was thinking square. Let's try it. Make equal as a score. Cool. Okay, we got one at least. That's good. Good spotting, Hyperbovian, because this one is a doozy. And honestly, I feel so tired. I have the flu and my heart is racing and my brain hurts. And my ears are blocked and my nose is blocked and my nose is froze and my toes is froze. It's just, it's hard out there. It's hard out there for an anime woman out in the world, guys. It's hard. Boop, boop, boop. I need a blankie. I don't need a blankie. I feel really hot, but it's really cold. But I still have socks and a jumper on, even though I feel hot. Yeah, I'm okay to stream defect. I'm just sitting here doing nothing. If I was in bed, I would just be on my phone scrolling. So, you know, it's not like streaming is hard. I know, like, a lot of the big streamers want to make out like it's hard to stream. It's really not hard to stream. It's really not hard to stream at all. It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. Pass notes. Confer. The hardest job you've ever heard of? Yeah. You like my lawyer guess? My court guess? Yeah, because jurors pass notes to judges. And obviously they confer. Solicitors and stuff confer. How about things you do during school class? Yeah, that works as well. Pass notes, present, doodle, and would you confer in school? So this is why it's hard. Doze? Oh, as in like sleep? Yeah, let's try that. I mean, we got nothing else. We might as well. Nope, one away. You need a cup of tea, a plate of nachos, a 1993 Mazda RX-7 with a single turbo convert and a drip of morphine. Well, I would definitely take the morphine. I have been, my joints are so bad. Like, my hands just aren't working lately. I haven't been able to open anything, like take the lids off anything. I haven't been able to open a water bottle, do anything. It's been hard. I'm just weak and I'm tired. But I have to remember to wear a mask when I catch a train with heaps of people in it. Otherwise I'll get sick. So it's my own fault. I gotta remember. Miss Marvel, Miss Pac-Man. Ooh. Miss Marvel. Miss Pac-Man. Miss Doodle? Is there a Miss Doodle? That would be funny. Miss Pass Notes, Miss Space, Miss Grant, Miss Confer, Miss Vest, Miss Paint, Miss Doze, Miss Doodle. Miss Doodle's my favorite one. She's my favorite character. No, I just lost us another life, sorry. What a real dilly of a pickle we are in. One away still, yep. Your sister also has an autoimmune disease that turns her cartilage into soup. She has a plastic doohickey with a handle that helps her open lids when she needs. Oh, I should get one of those. What, do you know the name of the autoimmune disease that she has? Because I know a lot of them. Because when I go to the rheumatologist, I read about all the different ones. I read all the information sheets while I wait for my rheumatologist. You think it's 3D printed, but she got it at the most random shop. Oh, because that would honestly be so useful. Useful to me. Like, I'm lucky if I like ask any of the people, like if I ask the person that my housemate to open stuff for me, they will always open stuff for me. And at work, if I ask like people at work to like open my water bottle or stuff like that, they'll always do it. It's just kind of embarrassing, you know, to be a grown woman and be like, can you open my water bottle for me? Thank you. Hello, Angela. Nice to see you. Welcome back. This is so hard. Why is it so hard? Maybe Vest is the other confer Vest present grant. Okay. Confer invest grant. So like, is this like financial stuff? Bestow. Okay. I've never... Oh, I see. Like, by the powers vested in me, I grant you this plot of land for your ancestors, for your future progeny to blah, blah, blah. Poo, poo, wee, wee. Yeah, the people at the New York Times are getting all weird. It's not even fun if it's not really, like, solvable. You know what I mean? It's not, alright. Yeah, Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man. I like how they just, like, put a bow and lipstick on Miss Pac-Man. That's pretty good. Although I guess they didn't. They only had, like, 5 pixels to work with back in the day. So I guess that's okay. What if it's Space Doodle? Nah. Marvel Doze Space. Nah. Yeah, that's the path I was trying to go on. Doze, doodle, pass notes, and space out. Like dissociate. That's what I do in class. Nope. Alright, we don't have much. Miss Masters? Master's degree? MS Master's degree? Like is that... I had Marvel selected? Oh, did I? That was actually just me being a bimbo. Degree, paint, Marvel, Pac-Man. Oh, maybe these are all like MS computer programs or something. Words after the letter MS. Okay, so it could be like Microsoft or Miss. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was dumb. That's all I have to say. It was dumb. I didn't like it. 1 out of 10. Did not enjoy. Bimbo activity? Yeah, and more like plague activity. More like I have the plague. That's how I feel right now. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Boom. Alright. Israel deeply divided over plan to take over Gaza City. Let us look. We're looking at news stories now, in case you didn't notice from that very, very elegant transition that I did. You enjoyed this one yesterday. If I want another game. Oh, I don't think I'm capable of thinking today, Hyperbovian. I've got a fever and I'm just not well. But we'll see how we go.
Incredibly divided about this, and it's not a left-right question, it's much more complex. The IDF has deep concerns about it, and as I said, have expressed that publicly, but also there is this perception within Israel that Prime Minister Netanyahu has not delivered on his ambitions in this war, and particularly that moving into a place like Gaza City and the other areas that have stayed where Israel to date has stayed out will...
His ambitions in the war, what hasn't he delivered? I thought he was just trying to free the hostages, guys. I thought he was just trying to free the hostages. No, it turns out there were far loftier ambitions. Who would have funked it?
threaten the lives of the remaining hostages, because everybody looks at what happened last year when Israel moved into Rafah, and the result was that a number of Israeli hostages were assassinated. So I think there are these complex webs about what's happened to the hostages, what happens to what happens to the opinions of Israel internationally, that is focusing the minds of some in Israel, and a lot of division about the level of confidence they have in Netanyahu's leadership.
And as we've heard, grave concerns among those people living in Gaza.
Bibi is trying to stay out of court. Well, I mean, good luck. He's going, I don't know, although I guess like Tony Blair, George W. and John Howard never faced any repercussions for their illegal invasion of Iraq. So I don't know, who knows, maybe. And Pol Pot died of old age in the Cambodian jungle. So, you know, there are a lot of war criminals and people that have committed heinous acts that do just get to, you know, live out their days. It's the world is shitty. The world is shitty, my friends.
Absolutely, and it's a bit striking, Roz, that the one thing you don't really hear much about in the debates in Israel is what it means for people in Gaza. It's about the hostages, it's about the state of the IDF, and it's about the war aims. It's not about what happens to people on the ground.
This isn't the first time Israel has proposed this or done this, Laura. It last occupied Gaza some decades ago. Can you just remind us of what happened then?
Israel essentially occupied Gaza from 1967 until it withdrew in 2005. Now, there are debates about this because when it withdrew, it still maintained complete control over airspace, complete control over entry and exit from Gaza, and Gaza remained completely reliant on Israel for all its basic services. So some people...
Not an apartheid state, though. Not an apartheid state, guys. Not at all. Just different tiers of human being status, but yeah, not apartheid.
People say the occupation has essentially still gone on, but prior to 2005 there were Israeli settlements that moved into Gaza. As part of the deal, they were dismantled, but I think the important thing for the current Israeli mindset is to understand that even for sort of moderate Israelis, the view is that what happened when Israel pulled out of Gaza in 2005 was it allowed the takeover of Hamas, which has proved an existential threat to Israel, and therefore they say So they say if Gaza is left to its own devices or whatever, it's only going to be a further threat. So all of that history plays into the views of Gaza in the current Israeli mindset.
Stinky, stinky. Israel Security Cabinet debates whether to occupy all of Gaza. From CNN. If you can hear any weird noises, it's I put my new computer desk next to Nori's cat tree, and she's currently sharpening her nails on the cat tree. So, oh, she stopped. She's going to the hallway. What are you doing, Naughty? Meow. Oh, she's gonna go visit someone else. All right, bye then. I don't like you anyway. See you next time. Poo poo head. Meow. Yeah. Are you coming back? Hello, darling. Hello. Come up on this desk. Come meow into the microphone. People will like it. People will like it. People like cats. Cats are fun.
Israel's security cabinet has been meeting for more than 5 hours now, and there is still no final decision announced on whether to endorse Prime Minister Netanyahu's call for Israeli forces to occupy all of Gaza.
Jesus.
Netanyahu talked with Fox earlier today to explain his thinking.
Will Israel take control of all of Gaza?
We intend to, in order to assure our security, remove Hamas there, enable the population to be free of Gaza, and to pass it.
Enable the population to be free of Gaza. Did you hear that? What the fuck does that mean, mate? No, seriously, I want clarification. What the fuck are you talking about?
To civilian governance. That is not Hamas and not anyone advocating the destruction of Israel. That's what we want to do.
CNN's Matthew Chance is with us from Amman, Jordan. Matthew, what are you hearing about this ongoing debate about whether Israel should occupy all of Gaza?
Well, first of all, that Security Cabinet meeting, Jake, is still underway. It's been going on, as you mentioned.
It's not yours. I can't just be like, I don't like the way that the South Australian state government does whatever, so I'm just gonna go in there and freaking take it over. That's not how it works. Like, nobody likes the way Queensland behaves. It's not like we're just gonna go in there and take it over. Like, what are you talking about? Why isn't the EU intervening militarily? Yeah. Well, I think that's next on the list. I don't think it will be the EU. I think it'll be the UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. I've got a feeling those countries have all been on the back channels together, talking behind Trumpy Poo's back. I could definitely see like Ireland and a few other countries joining in as well. Because we've got to get aid in there forcefully. Unfortunately, we've given Israel too many chances to behave like grown-ups and act like people with basic levels of human decency, and they've not done it. So I honestly don't think we can wait until the 27th of September for the UN to convene and the vote for Palestinian statehood to be looked at again. I think it's going to have to be sooner than that. I don't think, especially the more vulnerable people in Gaza, like the elderly and children and, you know, women can wait that long. The UK caused the problem in 1948. Well, yeah, they did basically cede the land to, they did basically cede Palestine to the Zionists to form the state of Israel, like the Balfour Accords, all that history. We have gone over that in like one of our first streams that we did. But I used to stream during the day on the weekend, and I might do that again tomorrow actually. Let's see how I feel.
More than 5 hours. We don't know whether it's going to break up soon or whether it's going to go on through the night. But I think that's a reflection of just how divided not just the cabinet and the government, but the country at large, Israel, is about what to do about Gaza, about how, first and foremost, to get the hostages back. There are still 50 hostages, 20 of them still believed to be alive, inside the Gaza Strip. And you've got elements on the right wing of Israeli politics that want the military to double down and for Hamas to be destroyed as a means of removing the...
There's literally nothing left in Gaza. There's literally nothing left. Look at it. Look at it. These people are psychotic. They have no regard for human life. They literally see people that aren't of their race or religion as being inferior. I think there was another government, another political party that they used to have similar ideology. I think they were like called the Third Reich or something. I think it was something like that. I wonder if a group of people that, you know, had suffered under that, I wonder if they would, you know, at least have the empathy, the understanding to not do that to another people. Kind of fucked up. Kind of fucked up, guys.
Threat, but also getting the hostages back. But according to the latest opinion polls, the vast majority of Israelis want the opposite. They want a deal to be cut with Hamas as soon as possible as a sort of guarantee of getting as many hostages back alive.
If they wanted those hostages back, Mossad would have been able to extract them with minimal civilian casualties. This is Bibi Netanyahu, or freaking, what's his name? Freaking Milowski, or whatever his freaking real name is. He never freaking cared about the hostages. This is all just an excuse. If he gets all the hostages out, then he's got no excuse to keep on slaughtering the people of Gaza. And he's even admitting now he's going to take the whole thing over. He wants to take the whole thing over, but that's what it was from the get-go. That's what it was from the get-go. And I've been saying this since a few days after the 7th of October. I will get people that I'm friends with to testify to this. I said, Mossad knew that these attacks were going to happen on the 7th of October. There's no way they didn't. And they allowed it to happen, and they allowed the hostages to be taken so they would have an excuse to ethnically cleanse and annex Gaza. And I guarantee you the West Bank is next. Guarantee you. That's what this has always been about. And I don't actually like being right about stuff, because I would rather, obviously, this wasn't happening. This is freaking awful. Kind of like how child abuse victims are more likely to become abusers in the future. 100% defect. 100%. There's a lot of, a lot of stuff to work through if you are a child abuse victim, to make sure that you don't repeat those patterns in the future. But yeah, taking responsibility, for your own mental health and doing that work on yourself is really important. But yeah, look, there are a lot of people that have been abused as children, and they break those cycles. It is possible, but it just depends, on the individual person. And I'm a big believer in personal responsibility, and people having the capacity to change if they really want to.
As possible. And there's a great deal of concern and anger in the country that there's a possibility the war, which has drained the energy from the nation, from the reservists, from people in general, may continue now if Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, gets his way and fulfills his intention to take full military control of the Gaza Strip. I mean, just very briefly, the 25% of Gaza that the Israelis don't fully control, that's where the majority of the Palestinian people are, and it's also believed to be where the majority of the hostages are. And so potentially their lives will be at risk with a further military operation.
And Matthew, you're in Amman, Jordan, because you were able to ride along on a Jordanian airdrop of food to help those starving in Gaza. Tell us about that.
Yeah. These have been going on for some time. It's Jordan that's carrying out these humanitarian aid drops. Germany, France, Belgium, a number of other countries are doing it as well. They've been pretty heavily criticised, actually, for being not very effective. They don't deliver anywhere near enough aid needed to address the humanitarian shortages.
Sure, it's not very what's the word I'm looking for? It's not why isn't my brain working today? But look, it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Just because it's not the most efficient way, to get food there, look, like, something is better than nothing. It's better than doing absolutely nothing. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It's not Jordan's fault they've been left to swim upstream. Well, that's it. No one's allowed to get trucks in. And cargo planes can carry a lot of food, but you know what you can't do is have things, large objects falling out of airplanes. If they could just dump large amounts of food on the ground, that would be cool. But you can't do that. That's very dangerous. That's essentially dropping bombs on Gaza. Like, you can't do that. So look, people are doing their best with what they've got, you know. Is it the best, most efficient way to render aid? No, it's not, but they can't send trucks in. The IDF aren't gonna let them in. We know that. Hello, Missy, what do you want? Why don't you go in the bed and have a sleep? Thank you.
Gaza. They're also quite dangerous. People have been killed in Gaza when food parcels have dropped on top of them, and they're just seen as performative, you know, symbolic more than practical. But having said that, given the acute shortages and the hunger crisis in Gaza right now, I mean, we delivered 6.5 tons of powdered milk and tinned food. For some people in Gaza, that could mean the difference between life and death. But I think the real
and that's not trivial
today was that we were able to get a glimpse inside Gaza and have a look from a bird's eye view, quite literally, you know, the sheer devastation that has been wrought across the Gaza Strip by almost 2 years now of a constant campaign by Israel.
We have invaded and deposed, well, when I say we, I don't mean Australia, but, you know, America have, you know, gotten rid of leaders for democratically elected leaders for far less than this. Like, get the gutless little fuck, just drag him out by his feet. Just drag him out by his fucking feet. Fucking cover him in honey and put him out in the middle of the desert. You know? Let's get biblical with the punishments, guys. I mean, he wanted to return to Judea, the Holy Land, so let's get Old Testament with this shit. Fucking dickhead.
Against Hamas and other militant groups inside Gaza, and it was a really shocking scene. So much of it has been laid to waste. It's like a sort of moonscape, a desert of ruins, where there's still a lot of people, of course, increasingly struggling to survive. Jake.
All right, Matthew Chance and Amon Jordan, thank you so much. With us now, Ephraim Halevi, who, among other top security jobs, was once director of Israel's National Intelligence Agency, the Mossad, in the late 1990s and early 2000s. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. What is your reaction to what we're hearing today from Prime Minister Netanyahu, that his government intends to take control of all of Gaza?
I think the general sentiment in Israel is, as you have heard just now, that a vast majority of Israelis do not wish this plan to come into fruition. As you know, the cabinet is now in session. They have not yet reached a finalization of what they're going to do.
Look at his stupid face. It's so fucking punchable. What a fucking dickhead. Fucking cunt looks like he's melting.
There's a very strong group of ministers in the cabinet who do not accept Mr. Netanyahu's position and his policy. And what concerns us more is to get the hostages that are still alive back home, because for quite several months there was no negotiation of any content, and the Hamas simply dragged their feet. And as this was going on, obviously hostages probably were losing their lives.
Yeah.
It was never, ever, ever about the hostages. They would have had the hostages out in a week if it was about the hostages. These are the people that have the schematics for Iranian nuclear facilities that are kilometers under the ground. But they can't find, you know, the hostages. Don't give me that. They would know exactly. Like, this is one of the most surveilled. Gaza's got to be one of the most surveilled areas in the world. Don't you think that Mossad have satellites as well as, God knows, like, embedded spies all over Gaza? Like, they would 100% know where these hostages are. And they would 100%, they're one of the most skilled intelligence agencies in the world. Like, they have, like, full-on, like, ninja assassins. I'm not joking. They would be able to just, like, they would be able to, yeah, they would be able to safely extract those hostages like almost 2 years ago if they wanted to. But then they wouldn't have an excuse for their evil little colonialist expansion planned. And it will be the West Bank next, and then it will either be Jordan or Egypt. And I don't know. Hopefully by then America is gone. I mean, gone in the sense that, you know, it's already an empire in decline, right? We're already seeing late stage Rome, societal problems in America and its vassal states. Definitely like the little remnants of the culture war trying to take root in Australia as well, which is so dumb. No one cares. Let's just all have a beer together, and if you've got a problem, we can punch each other, and then we can be friends, you know? I like Australian diplomacy, you know? It's good. It's effective.
Appear in a new video this week in which generations of Israel's former security chiefs say it's time to end the war. Do you think that this video that you participated in is making any difference with the Netanyahu government or with the Israeli citizens?
I don't think it's making any real and practical steps by the Israeli government in this direction. But we are a group of people, all of us heads of services, and we've got together several months before because we believe that the dangers that we've confronted Israel are not only Gaza, but also the internal crisis, the constitutional crisis in Israel. And it's very difficult for us as former heads of services to accept the methodology of Mr. Netanyahu, because we do not believe that, as he is wishing to do and actually practically doing, to change the constitution of Israel. And one of the steps taken just a few days ago was the dismissal of the Attorney General. And she has refused to accept this order of...
Imagine being such a little freaking small PP despot that you have to, you know, you have to change your constitution, you have to get rid of the Attorney General to like implement your evil little plans. You have to oust everybody from your political party that even slightly disagrees with you because your little fragile ego can't handle it. Like, it's a special type of evil that can know that you're killing women and children and sleep at night, but then continue to get up every morning since then and continue to do the same thing, knowing what you're doing. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he can't like, that's an insane level of evil, and it scares me that there are people in the world that are that evil. It honestly is terrifying. And that there's like, you know, a good proportion of people in Israel that agree with him, that think that this is okay, that think that this is acceptable.
Being actually removed from office, and this is up for the Supreme Court to decide this.
Yeah.
But this is only one way of looking at what is happening in Israel, which is not something that we have ever encountered before.
We keep seeing, obviously, these images of dire conditions in Gaza, including malnourished, starving Palestinian children. Last week, the British newspaper, the Jewish Chronicle, reported that at a meeting of the UK's Board of Deputies, which is a leadership group of British Jews, as you know, attendees told the newspaper that the leader of the Board of Deputies, Phil Rosenberg, quote, said Israel was increasingly at risk of moving towards pariah state status in the international community.
It's already there amongst the citizens of most countries. It's already there. Like, there's nothing in my lifetime that's ever going to make me think of Israel in any sympathetic light. There's nothing. There's nothing that's going to make me... Yeah, just, it's irredeemable in my eyes. Even if they let aid in tomorrow, it's too late. It's too late. The damage is done. Not that they would, but you know, they've said that their aims are a full-scale invasion at this point, which, like, you know, I knew was the aim. 2 years ago, but it's almost like that cruelty of a cat with a mouse, right? Just that slow torture and that slow starvation. It's like a type of like masochistic sadism, right? Like, it's like this guy gets off on it. He probably jerks off. He probably like gets the you know, the pictures of all the carnage at night and jerks off over it. What a sicko. What a sadist. What a freaking disgusting man. Getting boners over horrific stuff. But I guarantee you, it's always a sex thing with these fucking freaks.
Obviously, Mr. Rosenberg is a big supporter of Israel. Do you share that concern? How worried are you about Israel becoming a pariah state?
I don't think Israel will become a pariah state.
Already
I
are.
do think it's possible that the UN Assembly in September will decide to accept Palestine as a member of the United Nations. That is something which is on the agenda, which Israel opposes, but I think they have a vast majority that will vote for this move, unless the United States in the Security Council vetoes this.
All right. Ephraim Halevi, thank you so much for your time today, sir. Really appreciate it.
Hello, Tutti freaking Fruity. Good to see you.
Israeli Prime Minister.
Excuse me, did I say you could start playing that video? No, I did not. Please watch your manners. Oh, there's a video about the PBS. The Yanks are coming for our subsidized medicines, guys. Remember, in America, if you can't afford your medication, then I guess you can just die. And Trump wants that for us, guys. He wants that for us. Because he's not making as much money off us as he could.
The federal government insists it won't budge on its position on the PBS after threats of a new steep tariff from the US. Anthony Albanese today fending off concerns of a 250% levy on pharmaceuticals flagged by Donald Trump. Here's political reporter Tim Lester.
It's high on a list of sticking points between the Trump administration and the Albanese government. Pharmaceuticals, both as a target for American tariffs and Australia's scheme for keeping a lid on medicine prices. President Trump suggesting this week he'll not only apply tariffs to pharmaceuticals, but will increase them over time, potentially to 250%. Australia and the...
Well, why can't we just ignore patents and make our own pharmaceuticals, set up the factories, and then we can sell them to people even cheaper? Because a lot of the drugs that cost hundreds of dollars only cost a few cents to actually make. Like, at this point, if people can just like commit genocides and do whatever they want and they don't get in trouble from anybody, then why can't we just pull up our drawbridge and say, oh, okay, sue us. We don't recognize your legal system, other countries. You can't sue us. Okay, we're going to make all our own stuff. Bye. Like, Australia is like in a very unique, she's got ankylosing spondylitis. Oh, I know that one. I do know that one. I do know that autoimmune disease. It's very closely related to the three autoimmune diseases that I have, because I have systemic lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, and Sjogren's. But ankylosing spondylitis is related to both of those. Yeah, we can make generic drugs. Look, like 250% levy on drugs. No. Just because like their country's evil, it likes to like make it so people have to die because they can't get like the medication that they need to live. Like that's not how my country operates. Honestly, like Australia can literally grow everything. We have every single climate in this country. We can literally grow everything. And what we can't grow, we can synthesize. We've got some of the best scientists in the world. Unfortunately, they usually leave to go work in other countries. We can get all the best like biochem guys. We can get all the best chemical engineers back to Australia. Be like, yeah, we're going to pay you heaps and you're going to make all the medicines for everybody in the country. Fuck it at this stage. Let's just go full isolationist. Why does Australia need anyone? We don't. Look, like, if you're really hot, we might let you into the country for a few weeks. So we can look at you and then we'll send you back. Although we have all the hot people anyway, really. What am I talking about? Australia has all the hot people. It's fine. I wish to proceed with my plan.
US have a steady trade both ways in pharmaceuticals. Last year, Australia exported $2.2 billion worth to America.
America exports more pharmaceuticals to Australia than we do to them. They do it on a tariff-free basis. That served both of our countries very well.
This morning, as the Health Minister and Prime Minister visited an urgent care clinic in Melbourne...
Well, thank you for what you do.
Both were pressed on...
Yeah, look, Australia will suffer short term if we just abruptly sever all ties with America. We will suffer like short term, but in the long run, if we start manufacturing everything that we import from America, it's going to put us in a really good position. It's going to, like, a lot of people in Australia don't have jobs. It's going to, you know, having a robust manufacturing sector is really, really good. And look, Australia needs to really modernize our economy. We do need to start producing more stuff in Australia. You have to get some of your medications compounded locally since you can't get them stocked from the EU or the US. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's nuts. Are they like shelf stable? Do you have to like keep them in the fridge, or like how does that work? Because I used to get not the cat that I have now, but my other cat, which because she was elderly, she had like hypothyroidism. This was when she was like 17 and 18. And she couldn't take the tablets because like she would get so distressed if I was like trying to shove her hypothyroidism tablets down her throat. So I had to go and get like this paste compounded that I could rub on her ear for the for her hypothyroidism. And I used to go to the compound chemist for that. It was so sad. They are shelf stable. They are chemically identical. Cool. Well then, yeah, there's no issue. Trump is mandating private corporations to act as tribute collector from the big pharma too. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's giving very small PP energy. It's definitely giving small people. It's almost like she's just acting with cruelty and malice now, because it's not like any of this is like going to really improve America's economic position. These are just like, these just seem like, you know, flexing his little executive powers because he has a small cock. Like that's what this all seems like.
The threat from President Trump's plan to increase production of medicines in the US. Might the government be forced to compromise our pharmaceutical benefits scheme that keeps a lid on medicine costs?
We support the PBS. It is part of who we are as Australia. We're a sovereign nation. It's something that has produced massive benefits for Australia.
We support the government. The PBS is sacrosanct and shouldn't be compromised.
America's pharmaceutical lobby calls the...
Oh, even the LNP respect the PBS. Good job, dickheads.
Australian PBS egregious and discriminatory, claiming it's a threat to American jobs and exports. They now have a president in their corner.
Well, apparently there's a new mosquito-borne virus in China. I hate mosquitoes. Why do they exist? All they do is bite me and make me itchy. Stupid mozzies. Mozzies are shit. She has physio twice a week and she can drive herself and walk short to medium distances. That's good. That's good. Yeah, ankylosing spondylitis is, yeah, it's a pretty hectic. But, yeah, it's classified as, like, connective tissue, autoimmune connective tissue disease, the same way as SLE and, rheumatoid arthritis are. But, yeah, I'm lucky I don't have that. I just have SLE and rheumatoid, because, that would suck.
China is ramping up emergency measures as a painful mosquito-borne virus sweeps across parts of the country.
中国政府始终高度重视本国人民和在华外国公民的身体健康，将一如既往为境内外游客。
In just 4 weeks, over 8,000 people, mostly in the southern province of Guangdong, have been infected with the chikungunya virus, prompting strict quarantine rules, mass spraying operations, and online comparisons to early COVID-19 responses. Hospitals are isolating patients under mosquito nets, and some areas briefly enforced 14-day quarantines for travelers from outbreak zones.
Thank you for following Gasbag. Another Chinese virus? Yeah, it's mosquito-borne though, so the likelihood that it would spread isn't, you know, it's not, you know, it's not going to be contracted person to person. It's mosquito-borne, so the likelihood that it would, you know, spread internationally is pretty low. Hello, Dango. Good to see you.
Officials have deployed drones, mosquito-eating fish, and even genetically modified mosquitoes to stop the spread. Chikungunya isn't contagious between people, but spreads rapidly through mosquito bites. While rarely fatal, it causes severe joint pain, fever, rash, and swelling. Authorities have warned residents to eliminate stagnant water or face fines, with some homes losing power for failing to comply. The outbreak has triggered a level 2 travel alert from...
Yeah, mosquitoes are hectic, Aku. They're very hectic insects. We had, in Australia last year or the year before, we had an outbreak of Japanese encephalitis that was from the mosquitoes. So there was a warning out for that. So I just had mosquito coils in my house all summer because yeah, yeah, we have a few. We don't have malaria in Australia, but we do have Ross River fever and a few other mosquito-borne diseases, which are very, very unpleasant. But I take a medication for malaria every single day because it's used to, a malaria drug is used to treat my lupus. So I take a drug called hydroxychloroquine every day, which was initially used to treat malaria. There are cases of them transmitting HIV. That's what I used to be scared of. I was like, what if a mosquito bites someone with AIDS and then it bites me? I used to be so scared of that. Please don't make me be scared of that. But yeah, mosquitoes are a little disease carriers. You're pretty sure that's a myth? Yeah, well, I know that HIV or that AIDS doesn't survive very long outside the body. Like, I know with intravenous drug users, like if you tread on a needle that like so if you get a stick injury, unless it's a really, really fresh one, like unless it's, you know, just been inside the body of somebody that has HIV, and you put it straight into you, then the likelihood that you get AIDS is like pretty low. Yeah, it doesn't live very long outside the human body is my understanding.
From the US CDC, advising enhanced precautions. Globally, more than 240,000 cases have been reported in 2025, with at least 90 deaths, raising concerns as the virus reaches areas not typically affected.
No, mosquitoes. I hate them. I hate them. Two ex-police officers have been sentenced over the assault of a mentally ill woman. Nice, nice. This is what I always worry about. And this is another reason why. Only if you don't bite the mosquito before it bites you. I squashed a bug today that I thought was a mosquito, but it wasn't a mosquito. It was just like this weird little bug flying around. But the likelihood that there's a mosquito in the middle of winter is pretty low. But you know, I like to be safe. Like to be safe. Cranky Bookworm is a cool name. I like it. So the US only makes 7% of the world's pharmaceuticals. They're a massive net importer. Yeah, I think the thing that a lot of the US pharmaceutical companies have is patents, right? They usually develop a lot of drugs in the US and then they'll have like a patent. And then when that runs out, other pharmaceutical companies around the world will start manufacturing those drugs. But often they'll have like 5 or 7 years where you can only get a specific drug from one of the US pharmaceutical companies, and they just sort of like mark it up and make lots of profits. They were even trying to patent genes at they were even trying to patent like human genes at one point. You're gonna get generic Ozempic in many Asian countries. We have generic Ozempic in Australia. We have for a while. Because my mom was using it for her diabetes, like, before I even heard of it. I didn't even know that's what she was using. She just was telling me she was doing injections. And I just assumed it was insulin or something, but it wasn't. And she didn't even lose any weight. What a fatty.
Officers have been sentenced to years behind bars for the assault of a mentally ill woman in Sydney's West. A judge slamming as cruel and brutal the attack, which was all captured on video and has now been publicly released.
And this is like, if you have someone in your family that suffers from psychosis, you are always so scared to, you know, call the police to get a mental health check, call the CAT team or whatever you have in your state to get help, because, you know, like if they need to be restrained, if they need to be, you know, sectioned, if they need to have an involuntary stay in hospital. Generic means, yeah, but I mean, I've seen off-brand semaglutide. I believe there is generic semaglutide. I swear I have seen it. Yeah, so semaglutide sold under the brand names Mounjaro, Ozempic, Rybelsus, and Wegovy. Unless those are all the same company. That's just them giving out rights to the patent. Oh, okay. Well, I just know that I've seen it. Like, I've just seen it, not like... I've seen the drug, but it's not called Ozempic, so.
By the court. And a warning, the details in this report are confronting.
Their final moment of freedom, a swift push to the courtroom doors.
How do you feel about going to prison? Are you ashamed of what you've done? Are you sorry for your actions? Are you prepared to go to prison?
Nathan Black and Timothy Troush, no longer police officers, now prisoners, both sentenced to at least 3 years non-parole.
Why does the big-nosed bitch think it's funny? Why does she think it's funny? Why is she laughing? It's like, yeah, I stand by my man who attacks mentally ill women. What's wrong with you? It's patented outside of the US. Can someone have it manufactured outside of patented areas and then sell it cheaply online? I mean, probably not legally, but if they wanted to do it on the DL, they probably could.
Their victim, a naked, unarmed woman with
God.
schizophrenia.
Oh,
It
God.
was a Sunday afternoon in 2023 when the officers were called to Emu Plains to help
No,
her.
not Emu Plains. Not Emu Plains. I hope I don't know this person. I have a lot of friends that live in Penrith and Emu Plains in the Blue Mountains. Oh, this is so sad. She was naked and schizophrenic and she was unarmed and they just beat the shit out of her. That's so horrible. And this would be the same mental health unit that's like, this would be like the Penrith Blue Mountains mental health. The Nepean Area Health Service. Jesus Christ.
She was belligerent. They were brutal, unleashing their police-issued capsicum spray on her face and her vagina. Here, Troush smiles as she...
Dude, that is so sadistic. Look at this fuck. Look at this fucking fuck. Oh my God, I go... Next time I'm in Penrith, I hope I see this guy. Well, not really, because I'm a tiny little woman. What am I gonna do? But I'll tell my Islander friends to sort him out. I'm gonna remember this dude's face. I'm gonna remember his face.
Tries to run away. These images captured on Black's own body-worn camera.
Jesus Christ.
Then it's switched off, but they don't realise there's CCTV recording across the road as they drag her by the hair, repeatedly kicking and stomping on her, lying on the road. The judge slamming it as a committed and disgraceful attack, clearly calculated, in my view, to inflict the maximum pain and discomfort in the face of someone who clearly may have been best approached in a kindly manner. The woman taken to Nepean Hospital, paramedics and staff so concerned they reported it to police. The next day, Black sends videos of the attack to a colleague, saying the...
He was boasting about it. He was sending... And this is almost like BDSM stuff, right? Like, these guys probably watch, like, disgusting stuff on Pornhub. Because he sprayed capsicum spray on her vagina. What a sicko. What an... They probably went home and jerked off over it. What absolute sickos. Absolute sickos. Seriously. I can't say on stream what I hope happens to these guys, but yeah, I know people that work at the jail that they're probably going to because I'm a social worker and I know most of the people that work in corrections in New South Wales. And yeah, let's just say I well, no, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna do anything either. I would never.
Body worn is so good. The judge slamming it as the most serious offending. And
did the woman do anything or was the attacker just a psychopath? So she has schizophrenia and she was having a psychotic episode. She was naked and, you know, disoriented on the street. She was probably ranting and raving. Am I Welsh? No, I'm Australian. I'm New South Welsh. New South Wales is a state where Sydney is. Sydney is the capital of New South Wales. So it's I guess the British that discovered the east coast of Australia thought the colony of New South Wales resembled Wales, so they called it New South Wales. And no, I am not that type of Welsh. That's okay. That's all right. Yeah, Australia's most populous state is called New South Wales. But it's yeah, it doesn't really have anything to do with the original Wales. Just a cute name, I guess. Just a cute name. States are stupid in general. Yeah, probably.
Acting Police Commissioner agreed, calling it one of the worst examples of contravening our core values and ethics I have ever seen.
The courtroom was packed with family and supporters of the two men. Some put their head in their hands as the images were shown. Others broke down in tears as the men were sentenced to prison.
They'll be
How long did they get?
In 2028.
No,
Annalise
keep him in there forever.
News.
Did you see that mole? Did you see that big-nosed girl that was walking with the dude holding his hand and like smiling like it's heaps funny. Yeah, I'm standing by my mans that attacks naked, defenseless. She probably gets off over it too. He probably showed her the footage and she was flicking her bean all night to her freaking sickos. Tell you what, there are some sick fucks out there. Ugh.
A hearing from Erin Patterson herself.
No one cares about the mushroom killer anymore. That is old news, guys. Old news. It was weird seeing Penrith Courthouse on the television, though. Alright. Whew. Alright. Sorry, that made me so mad. That made me so mad. I'm glad those dickheads are going to jail. I'm glad they're going to jail. They were the police. They were the police, Aku. They were the police. It was the police that beat the woman. Somebody called the police to get this woman help and get her sent to the hospital. And instead, they basically that's... I wonder if they were charged with any sexual offenses, because I think torturing somebody's genitals is a sex crime. Like, that's definitely some type of kink. And I want to know who that mole is, because I got a lot of friends in the Blue Mountains and Penrith, and I want to know who the missus is. You know, I'm not going to do anything, just want to have a word, love, you know? Just want to have a word, meet me in the pokey room at the Red Cow in Penrith. We can have a chat, you know? Just want to have a talk. Stupid bitch. They turned off their body cam, but there was CCTV too. Well, there was footage from one of the police officers' body cam, and there was also CCTV. Yeah. Oof. Okay, I have to calm down. Wow. Get fired up sometimes. Yeah, well, she was unarmed and, you know, she was having a psychotic episode. She was probably ranting and raving, but, like, to beat someone up like that is such a disproportionate response. The reason why the police were called is, I assume they wanted to have her sectioned under the Mental Health Act. And maybe the mental health team at Nepean Hospital wanted help bringing her in, you know, to have an involuntary stay in the mental health ward. But yeah, I don't think that's what they envisioned. They turned it off mid-beating as if it wasn't going to get them in shit regardless of the CCTV. Yeah. Didn't I get bullied by the police a few times? Yes, that was also in New South Wales. 2 times I was assaulted by the police. But they like to pick on women from Western Sydney in particular because they know that we don't have financial resources, you know, for recourse. You know, the only thing we can really do is like call the ombudsman. We don't have a family solicitor to ring and confer with. So if she was physically aggressive towards the police, then it's justified. Restraining somebody, like 2 blokes against a tiny, naked, unarmed woman. Beyond restraining them, I don't think. Yeah, I don't, That's some interesting opinions you've got out there. I'm not gonna take the bait. Just gonna calm down. Calming myself down. Greetings, everybody, except New South Wales Police. Hello, Catzilla, Firefox, I like your name. Restraining somebody during a psychotic episode is very difficult. Yeah, well, I'm a social worker. I've seen it done a lot of times, especially a small woman who is, you know, naked and unarmed. There are ways to do it, and the police are trained to take down grown men. So if they can't take down a little woman without using that much force, then perhaps the police are the wrong job for them. Look, there's a reason why I would never be a police officer. I weigh 47 kilos and I am 5'4" tall. If I get into a situation, if I get into a dangerous situation, I can't use unlethal force. I would have to use lethal force, which is why someone like me shouldn't be a police officer. Two blokes, if they can't use, reasonable force to apprehend a tiny mentally ill woman, then they're obviously in the wrong job. They're clearly in the wrong job. And, yeah, she's just a little whammon. Exactly, Joey. She is just a little whammon. How many times do cops de-escalate against drunk white men? Pretty often. Oh yeah, 100%, because they don't want to get punched in the face. I see cops all the time, like, at pubs and stuff, and they're like, come on, mate, let's take it down a notch. Come on, let's talk about it. Yeah, they're always, trying every de-escalation tactic that they have, trying to de-escalate the situation. They have a lot of training in de-escalation as well. Like, it's just bait, and I'm not taking it, obviously. Look, I understand there are situations when police officers do have to use excessive force, but yeah, a tiny diminutive woman in the throes of her mental health episode is not one of those. And look, though, did you see the evil grin on that copper's face? He was clearly deriving pleasure from hurting her. Hello, Catzilla. Good to see you on the other platform. Yeah. Those dudes will obviously just sat us, and I'm very glad that they will never be working for the police force again, nor will they be able to work with any vulnerable people due to their inability to be able to pass any checks in their future endeavors when they get out of jail. Fucking losers. I guess they'll have to go work in the mines or something. I don't know. I don't even think they'll be allowed to work at, like, in a supermarket. I don't know what they'll have to do. I don't care, actually. Why am I worrying about them? Fuck them.
Okay. Today I'm convening around $3 trillion of institutional investors here in Canberra. This will be the 5th meeting of the Treasurer's Investor Roundtable. Oh, sorry. So we went on about that video for quite some time. So let's actually just introduce this video. I got a little hot under the collar and got a little bit discombobulated. So this is the government's response to controversial recommendations on AI data farming. Oh, I thought this was about the facial recognition stuff. Oh well. Still probably interesting. Okay. Today I'm convening around $3 trillion of institutional investors here in Canberra. This will be the 5th meeting of the Treasurer's Investor Roundtable. It involves big super funds, other large institutional investors, banks, and also the regulators. The focus today is going to be artificial intelligence and AI infrastructure, banking competition, and also regulatory reform. This is all about how we fund, finance, and regulate a more modern, more productive economy. We know that one of our big productivity challenges is not enough capital deepening in our economy. And so this is all part of our efforts to making sure that we can fund and finance and regulate an economy where investment and capital flows more efficiently into making our economy more productive. Our goal is to unlock... I keep on zoning out because I'm so bored. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna try and listen. Okay. Ooh. All right, focusing my powers of concentration. We can do it. Unlock investment, unblock regulation, and unleash more productivity over time. I'll be joined by Ministers Ayres, Merlino and Charlton, also by the PC Chair, and the regulators, and we'll have more to say about the outcomes of those discussions towards the end of the day. This is all part of the work that we're putting in advance of the Economic Reform Roundtable in a couple of weeks' time. The Boardroom Blitz, 75 CEOs and senior business leaders engaged by me this fortnight is part of that. 41 ministerial roundtables in specific policy and industry areas is part.
Is this interesting to anyone? I'm really not listening. I thought this was going to be about the face reading stuff. I didn't read the title of the video properly. I did not read the title of the video properly. Let's abandon it. I honestly, my flu is so bad that I'm having trouble concentrating on it because it's you know, it's my fault for not reading stuff properly. See you, Defect. Have fun on your date. Don't forget to buy her some flowers or give her your roses or, you know, all that type of jazz. It's part of the plan to bring Australian investment back into business. I mean, that is good, but oh, what just happened? Defect gifted a tier 1 sub to Cranky Bookworm. Oh, thank you. Oh, a hype train started. How fun. How exciting. Thank you, Defect. Have a good time. Thank you for the sub. Wow. Oh, he did lots. He did lots of stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He gifted 5 subs. That's so cool. Thank you. We like that. Should I watch more stuff to get angry about? Probably. Serial child rapist contacts victim whilst on bail. What just happened? Hyperbovian cheered 100. Ooh, 100 bits. Keep your bits. Can we watch a crime documentary? I mean, we can. I'll just have to stop it all the time to add commentary, you know, so it falls under fair use.
A serial child rapist controversially released from custody between sentences is tonight under investigation after allegedly using his freedom to contact one of his victims.
Yeah, he's a sick fuck. What did you think was going to happen, courts? I bet this is in New South Wales as well. Come on. Oh, thank you for throwing your bits at me, Joey. Thanks for the 200 bits.
Is Mike Warsman, who'd been publicly fighting to keep the monster behind bars. Tonight, he shows us a shocking text message that he's taken to police.
At the Grenfell Street police station, Mike Warsman made...
Did they just say Granville? Am I tripping? Did they just fucking say Granville? Do I know these people? Hang on.
Yet another report against the depraved offender who subjected him to a...
Go back, go back.
The depraved offender who subjected him to a life of torment.
The text message
Subjected him to a depraved offender who's yet another report. Street police station, Mike Wars. At the Grenfell Street police station.
Grenville Street. No, I think she said Grenville Street, not Granville. Okay.
Mike Warsman makes yet another report against the depraved offender who subjected him to a life of torment.
Granville used to do great dumplings. Yeah, Granville has a lot of really, really good food. I went to primary school in Granville. I went to Granville Public School. That was my primary school. I love Granville. I miss all my Granville girls and Eljanas, the real Eljanas. All the other ones are fake. My mum was working at Maryland's police when the Granville train disaster happened. She was working at the police station when all those people got squished.
The text messages were essentially a list of excuses as to why he's raped me.
Mike has shown Nine News what he says he was sent last night by...
So this guy must have been in jail for a while because he's not a kid anymore. So this guy got him when he was a kid, then found him, got his phone number, and it's like trying to apologize him. Eljana is overrated. The original Eljana in Granville used to be really, really good. Frango's is decent. Frango's is decent. Is that the one in Marrickville? Is Frango's the one in Marrickville? Sorry, I haven't lived in Sydney for a bit. You've been to Oz twice and you'll make your 3rd visit next year. You don't know whether to worry about racial profiling. Oh, Australia is very, 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 very multicultural. The only places that aren't multicultural are like the really insanely rich places. So like the eastern suburbs, I would say, is probably the only part of Sydney that's not multicultural. It's just like rich white people and rich Jewish people. But everywhere else is like very multicultural. I think you're fine. Don't get too drunk and don't like, you know, be too disorderly. That's the only time like you'll really have an issue. And Australians are very sarcastic and will probably try and like have a joke with you and like just don't be offended and make a joke back, and you'll be friends with everybody in no time. Northern Beaches had a gang bashing of somebody who came there from the West. Yeah, why doesn't that surprise me? Hyperbovian cheered 100. Ugh, people are throwing their bits at me. I feel like a girl on Darlinghurst Road in King's Cross. Everyone's just throwing their bits at me. So wild considering half of the Northern Beaches residents are from England. Yeah, you know what? I haven't been to the Northern Beaches since I was in high school. I think me and my friend wagged school and went to Manly Beach one day. I can count the times that I've been on the North Shore on like one hand, honestly. It's yeah, I don't venture that. I always make the joke that like they check my birth certificate and see where I was born and like send me back home.
The man who raped him as a 12-year-old boy. The message includes apologies and a wish that Mike would move on.
I hope that eventually you can let go a little, that some of the hate you feel towards me goes away.
Mike was...
Jeez, everyone's being so generous. 1,000 bits, 1,000 bits. I think that's like a lot of money. Thank you. Thank you. That's really cool. I really do appreciate it. King's Cross is all just yoga studios now. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they were trying to gentrify Potts Point. I mean, obviously it was gentrified, but there was still, you know, just the one like club strip on Darlinghurst Road, and then they got in. I think the premier that got rid of all that stuff, was it Mike Baird, the one that introduced the lockout laws and everything? I think he's from the North Shore or the Northern Beaches. I just, you know, that's stuff on the other side of the harbour. I don't know.
Abused in the 1990s and bravely came forward when he found out the man responsible also raped a young girl. The serial rapist finished his sentence for those crimes in Adelaide on Monday, and after being set free, was allowed to travel by himself on a plane to...
The one that randomly just happened to be great friends with the casinos. Yeah, and the only thing outside of the exclusionary zone was Crown Casino, so everybody had to go there. Star? Is it Star? Star City? I don't even know what the casino's called. I've never been to a casino. Sorry, the lookout for Yasko is a trigger for you. Yeah, Star. Crown's the one down here. Yeah, I haven't, yeah, I have not been, yeah, I haven't been, I'm trying to think. I haven't been out in Sydney for a really long time. The last time I went out in Sydney was probably like 2016-ish, probably. But yeah, every like nightclub and stuff that I used to go to in uni, all that stuff's gone. A lot of pubs are gone now as well. It's crazy how much stuff like just disappeared. It didn't take very long for a lot of like King's Cross institutions to just completely disappear. And it's really sad because I really feel like having a chunder in the gutter in the cross is like such a rite of passage. It's such a rite of passage for young like Sydney kids, you know.
Canberra, where he's being sentenced for the abuse of Mike next week. Mike had wanted him to remain behind bars until then, but the ACT court released him on
okay,
bail.
this is Canberra.
Lawyers have never made me feel like I'm the victim. It's always about his rights. It's always about the leniency towards him.
If the man had been kept in custody, he would not have had access to a phone. If it's proven he sent the message, it would be a breach of...
That's so harmful though. That's so harmful to contact one of your victims. Even if you're telling yourself that you're apologizing or whatever, you know you're causing distress to that person. Like there's no way you don't know that you're causing distress to that person. Yeah, rapists have a lot of rights, unfortunately, Catzilla. They have a lot of rights. Australia seems to be very, very, very lenient on crimes against children, and it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Especially like I worked in child protection, and it's such a horrible job, and you do all this stuff, and then you see, you know, when the cases do get prosecuted, you see the people that have hurt their children or hurt other children. You see the sentences that they get, and you're just kind of like, what's the fuck? Like, what's the point? He doesn't deserve closure for his guilty conscience. No, he 100% doesn't. Well, he's probably violated his parole, so he probably needs to go back to jail. And I would see if I could give a victim impact statement to the parole board. I would see if I was this guy, I would say, hey, I don't know if this is unorthodox, but could I possibly say what harm this caused me to receive these messages from this monster that molested me when I was a child? That's what I would do.
An intervention order imposed in South Australia.
This is a monster trying to intimidate and reap fear into my family. It's an absolute breach
sounds
of
like
trust
it.
For victims that this person is able to contact me.
Mike made today's report at a city police station to avoid leaving any clues as to where he and...
You don't believe in the death penalty, but rapists and child sexual assault should at least be chemically castrated. Well, yeah, like the recidivism is incredibly high. 100%. Like these people are sick. It's an illness that can't be cured. And you know, either we keep them segregated from society, or we take away their ability to be able to reoffend. I 100% agree, Rubber Dub Dan. I 100% agree. I'm usually against like sterilization. I usually think it's eugenics, especially when it's done, you know, against certain demographics of people. But in this case where it's just a bunch of like sick in the head roach people, like go for gold. Castrate them all, I say.
His family.
Castrate them all and have them start a choir of high-pitched voiced men. Unique choir or something. You know it's hard with ethics, but like what's the options? Well, 100%. I mean, you have to weigh the harm to greater society, right? At some point, you have to say, like, who's more vulnerable in our society than women and children? If we as a society, like, these people, they don't get better. We know that. We've got the studies, we've got the data. We know these people can't be rehabilitated.
He lives. His biggest fear is that one day his abuser will try and contact him in person. SA Police says it's now investigating the potential breach which could see the man's freedom revoked.
He deserves to be behind bars.
Keziah Sullivan, 9 News.
Well, if he was on parole, yank, yoink, back in you go, mate. And I would be, if I were the man that was contacted by that sick creep, I would be writing a very strong, emotional victim impact statement to the parole board and make sure he doesn't get parole until he's finished his sentence. Well, that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Make sure he doesn't get parole and he finishes his sentence. That's what I meant to say. Don't worry, guys. My brain works. It really doesn't. I'm tired as fuck. What should we watch? What do we have here? That's a mosquito one. We watched that. Ooh, Uyghurs and Kmart. Australian Uyghurs take legal action against Kmart over Labour camp allegations. I assume that Kmart is having its stock manufactured by Uyghurs in camps. I would assume. Let's have a look.
Australian Uyghurs are taking legal action against retail giant Kmart in federal court, seeking documents to determine whether the retailer has sourced some of its products from factories linked to forced labour camps in Western China.
Well, that
Kmart
would not be
has
good.
denied the claims. National Work reporter Bronwyn Herbert is with us now. Hi, Bronwyn. So what's happened?
So, Roz, the Australian Women's Uyghur Association has just filed in the federal court an application essentially
There's a really good Uyghur noodle place in Granville, if it's still there. I think it was there like 2 or 3 years ago, so I assume it's still there. But there's a really good Uyghur noodle place there. Of course, it's halal. It needs to be because it's in Granville, but also Uyghurs are typically Muslim. So, you know, it goes pretty hard. I recommend. There's a good joint in Footscray. Yeah, I've been to the one in Footscray. I've been to the Uyghur place in Footscray, and I've been to the one in Granville. So you know, we are a bi-city gal. We do get around.
preliminary documents from Kmart to under consumer law to show that it's not engaging in misleading or deceptive conduct, really in relation to its ethical sourcing claims. Now, the case and in the documents that have been filed, the key concern is in relation to 2 factories in the Xinjiang province in Western China, which is a known area of concern for forced labour highlighted in United Nations reports. Now, this application to the federal court is requesting a series of documents, including non-compliance reports and also supply chain audits.
I love a late night run to, like, you know, the Kmart that's open till midnight, and you just do a late night run there and you just are going there to get one thing that you need urgently for tomorrow, but then you walk out with like $80 worth of like crap you didn't know that you needed. I love Kmart. I hope it's not made from the tears of people. Cheaper labor compared to hiring local workers, and Uyghurs are one of the many foreign workers there, I believe. Yeah, there's a lot of cases like that. I believe a bunch of Thai women were kidnapped and they were put in like this egg farm where they were basically like injected with like IVF drugs essentially, but like insanely huge doses, and like had all their eggs harvested. There's a bunch of like horrific stuff happening. Uyghurs will be Chinese nationals. Yeah, most of them will be Chinese nationals as they fall within the bounds of China, but some of their territory is outside of China, I think, as well.
Simply asking for preliminary disclosure of Kmart, of their supply chains that are linked, could be linked to Uyghur forced labour in the Xinjiang region or East Turkestan. So we would like to know if...
Yeah, she said Turkestan as well.
Kmart, what they say as they're sustainable and they're ethical, we'd like to know that they are who they say they are. We'd like evidence to prove that their products are slavery-free, and especially Uyghur forced labour-free.
That was Ramila Chenishev from the Australian Uyghur Women's Association. And as we've heard, this is under consumer law, and leading the case is Morris Blackburn solicitor Jennifer Kennis.
What we are really testing is that misleading and deceptive conduct part of it, in that we are saying that Kmart is making representations that people in Australia are relying on those representations, and we want to test whether those representations are actually correct or whether they are, as we suspect, misleading and deceptive, misleading the Australian public in relation to the ethical nature or not of their products.
Brodman, has Kmart responded to these claims?
Yes, Roz, Kmart...
It could very well be that, like, Kmart has no idea. If this is the case, it could be that Kmart has no idea, because a lot of the time you're not going to be like, hey, Kmart, by the way, I, the manufacturer of the goods that you commissioned, we're using slave labor. And, like, you can say that, like, the onus of, like, responsibility is on Kmart to investigate, but, like, do you really expect them to send, like, a person over to inspect where things are being, like... It's so easy to buy wholesale crap on the internet. Like, if you've ever been on, like, Alibaba or, like, madeinchina.com, you can just, as a layperson, open an account. Like, say if I wanted to start a business that was selling, like, handbags, I would just go on madeinchina.com and I would buy 100 units of blah, blah, blah handbag. I wouldn't know how those are made. It's so easy to, and then I would just set up an ABN, right, and start just flogging stuff from my bedroom. Like, it's actually insane, like, how easy it is to just buy stuff in bulk from China at cost and, you know, inflate the prices in Australia and off you go.
A short time ago has issued a statement saying it was disappointed by this legal action, that it is committed to human rights in its operations and its supply chains, and had invited the Uyghur group to meet. The company went on to say that it does publicly disclose its factory list and it has a 15-year-long ethical sourcing program.
No, it's not drop shipping, because you get it sent to you. You might have to pay some type of customs fee because you're, like, bringing in bulk stuff. You might have to pay some money to customs or something like that. So that's the way most businesses in Australia actually get their stock, is they just have an account with, like, one of those, like, mass producers in China, or they might request for the producer to make a slight variation, like maybe put the business's logo on something that they already sell, and they might pay like 1 cent per unit to have their logo put on. Like, say I'm selling like compact mirrors, right, that women like put in their purse, and I have like a brand, and I say, oh, well, I want my logo on all of these mirrors, and they'll be like, okay, well, that's an extra, 1 cent per mirror, yada, yada, yada. And then I sell the mirrors for like $50 each or something once I get them shipped to Australia. I can set it up at home, get an ABN, do all that type of stuff. It is really messed up. You've been researching Australia's modern slavery laws, and there really isn't that much for business to do around them. They don't really even need to look down the supply chains. Well, yeah, and a lot of the time it's really hard unless you like rock up in China and say, hey, I want a tour of your facility. But like, that's not really realistic for a lot of businesses to be able to do that, right? You may have misunderstood the direction of the conversation. Oh no, that was pertinent. I just my ADHD skipped like five thoughts ahead. I do that a lot. I skip around a lot. Rub-a-dub Dan. It's crazy up in my brain, especially at the moment because I have a fever. So it's, it's a little bit. But I was just talking about how easy it is to source goods from China and how, to know the provenance of those items is pretty hard. Like, you just buy it in bulk from like some faceless seller online. There's so many like online marketplaces that facilitate like manufacturers to be able to flog. to be able to flog their wares. So it does make it pretty hard, I think. Boop, 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 boop. Poopity scoopity. Mecha Mania. Ooh, a big mecha opens in Melbourne. Let's all go buy makeup. Otherwise, global capitalism is just who can enslave their population the hardest. Yeah. I mean, yeah, in a lot of the world, it still is like that, though. Tanuki, raccoon or dog? They have them in Korea as well. They have raccoon dogs in Korea as well. Should we watch the video about oh boy Melbourne? What about Melbourne? Do we like Melbourne or do we hate Melbourne, Catzilla? Tell me your views on Melbourne. Yeah, I think a lot of people are in Melbourne. Da boo boo, da boo boo.
Or is it an adorable magical creature?
You'd love it, but there was a shooting one day before you went there. Yeah. Yeah, there are shootings. I think there are shootings in most Australian capital cities, honestly. It just depends what suburbs you live in. Like in Granville in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, well, until current day, really. I think it started in the 80s. I would have to ask my parents. But when I was a kid, like, there were a lot of shootings in the suburb that I lived in Sydney. A lot. You would hear gunshots occasionally, and if like there was like a soccer game between like the former Yugoslavian countries, my dad would be like, not let us go outside. He'd be like, stay inside, and we would hear like gunshots because like the Serbs and the Croats or whatever would be like going at each other. You kept firing guns and shit. Like, yeah, all right, cool. Good times.
Who has charmed the hearts of millions. This cutie has many faces, and they're all masked.
Aww.
This is the raccoon dog.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault, and you're watching Animal Logic. Today, we're talking about one of the cutest and fluffiest animals I've ever seen. They're also kind of the black sheep of their family, but it's really not their fault.
Raccoon dogs are canids and are distantly related to dogs and wolves, though they're more closely related to foxes. They're the only members of the Nyctectorus genus, but within the genus, their taxonomy.
Have you guys seen that picture from the Korean raccoon dog cafe? It's really cute. I'm gonna see if I can find this. Raccoon. Korea. Sign. This is the sign. This is the sign at the Korean raccoon cafe. Do not try to hold or put the raccoon on your head. It's the raccoon's choice, not yours. Only lucky people will be able to enjoy that kind of moment. Sorry. So if you're not lucky and the raccoon doesn't sit on your head, you don't get to enjoy that moment. I don't know why it's so cute. I love it. I really want to go to Korea next year. It's the Australian dollar against the yen and the won at the moment is like, you know, this is my time to go to Japan and Korea if I if I can scrape it together. I really want to go. I've been learning Korean for years now. I really want to test out my my conversation skills while ordering soju and tteokbokki. It's gonna be great. Tanuki in mythology can transform themselves and things. Yeah, a lot of like the yokai and stuff in Japanese mythology can transform. Same with like the kitsune and stuff. And the gamyo in Korean folklore, which is basically like kitsune, but they're like slightly more evil in Korea. They transform into beautiful women and eat men's livers, and I'm like, that's so cool. I want to be one when I grow up. Pompoko, yeah, we love Studio Ghibli movies. They're the greatest. You think you're going to Korea next year? I'm probably going to Korea next year also, Rubber Dub Dan. It's the plan. I have made an itinerary, and yeah, I'm hyped. Gonna go to Japan as well. It's really a good time historically with the way that the Australian dollar is to the won and yen what the US dollar used to be to the won and yen. So it's like a really good rate for Australians at the moment. I've been pricing up everything, and I've been pricing up like accommodation in Seoul and airfares, and you can get Jetstar, and it's not like a long flight as well, especially because I'm gonna go to Japan first and then go. I'm either going to get a ferry from Fukuoka to Busan, or I'm going to fly from Tokyo to Seoul, but we'll see. Korean food is so good. Korean food is so amazing, but I have heaps of Korean food near where I live, so.
It is a mess. They're found natively in Japan and continental East Asia. Some scientists believe that the Japanese raccoon dog, also known as...
Oh yeah, there's a super fast ferry or an overnight ferry. So not on Kyushu, which is the main island of Japan, the island underneath it. So if you look at Fukuoka and you look at Busan down the bottom of Korea, there's a 3-hour ferry, which is the high-speed ferry. So you can get a ferry that takes 3 hours, but the slow ferries, you can just like get a cabin and you can catch the ferry across, which I think would be really cool. I guess it's kind of like catching like the Spirit of Tasmania or something like that. I assume it's probably, you know, similar. From Sydney, they are putting a flight directly to Hokkaido. Oh, yeah, Hokkaido's nice. I want to go there in the winter. And from Hokkaido, you can catch a ferry to Russia. You can go to like Vladivostok, although you probably can't at the moment because of the war. They probably don't want Australians going there. Although I could get a letter from one of my Russian friends saying that I'm going to go visit them. I think that's how I got a visa to go to Russia last time. I had to get my friend to write a letter saying I was going to go visit them. You want to take the Tassie ferry? But from next year, they are allowing dogs out of cars. So, oh, they're going to allow dogs. That's pretty cool. Tasmania. Blah, 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 blah. You always wanted to see Moscow? Yeah, well, if you go from the tippy top of Hokkaido, you'll get to like the Vladivostok side of Russia. So, you know, there's not really much there. You're like near North Korea. There's a lot of North Koreans in Vladivostok, actually. I noticed last time I was there, there's heaps of like North Korean restaurants in Vladivostok, which is really weird. But you can get the train across Russia. That's pretty affordable and pretty fun. And Russians, despite the stereotypes, are so friendly. Whenever I've been on a train in Russia, there's all these like families and they'll ask you to sit with them and they'll give you food and they'll like talk to you in like, you know, really broken English, and they're so sweet and they're so nice. So, yeah. Near where the earthquake was. Yeah, that is near where the earthquake was. A bit south of there, but is the Russian-North Korea border that close? Yeah, it's pretty close. All these countries are really close to each other. Hang on, let's pull up a map. Vladivostok. Vladivostok. Okay, so here's Vladivostok. Here's Sapporo in Hokkaido. Here's Honshu. Oh, Honshu, Kyushu. So this is Fukuoka, and this is Fukuoka here, and that's Busan there. So that's where the ferry goes from Japan to South Korea. And this is North Korea here. North Korea is right here. So this is a border between North Korea and Russia. So North Korea is right here and Vladivostok's right there. So it's all very close. Yeah, I've caught a ferry. I've caught a ferry from so I caught a ferry from Aomori Prefecture in Japan up to Hokkaido, and then from Hokkaido I caught a ferry. So you go to these islands. Some of these islands are Russian and some of them are Japanese, but you go through, they check your passport as like you go through the international things, you get a stamp, you go up, you catch a ferry, and yeah, the ferry goes to Vladivostok from the top of Hokkaido. So yeah, it's pretty, everything's pretty close, but yeah, it's always yeah, I always like to plan out like a really in-depth itinerary of like just places, general places where I want to be, and then I like to just sort of like to be free to explore. I don't really like doing tours and stuff like that unless like the only way I can get to something is on a tour bus or something, then I will, but I like to, you know, I like to walk around by myself and look at stuff. Anyway, back to the video. That was a nice detour.
Tanuki is its own species, while others say it's just a subspecies. Others yet again say that only some of the Japanese raccoon dogs are different enough to be considered a separate species.
Of course, that doesn't really matter much to them. All they really care about is food, and who can blame them?
These hungry creepos have the most varied diet of all canids. They pretty much will eat anything, from roots to fish to birds.
They have a more well-balanced diet than me. And as a type 1 diabetic, I do pretty good.
Rodents such as gerbils and voles are commonly taken throughout their range. In swampy areas,
oh, he's so cute.
Poisonous frogs, and protect themselves from the toxins by producing extra saliva to dilute the toxins.
Yep, they drool themselves into being immune to poison.
During the winter, they're able to supplement their diet with carrion and, weirdly, feces. Why's it always gotta be feces?
Because animals are
This
gross.
varied diet might give them a bit of bad breath, but it helps them survive the cold winter months.
Though they have more survival skills than just having a black hole for a mouth, these ninja-like cuties are masters of stealth. Raccoon dogs are nighttime specialists. Despite their abundance, they're most often seen after dusk. This protects the young from diurnal predators such as eagles and humans. Their eyes are well adapted to low-light conditions, and their iconic black markings around their eyes help them reduce glare. This means that they're less likely to be blinded by bright sources of light.
Aww.
It's a tried-and-true technique that even soldiers and athletes use.
And most importantly, it makes them look like furry doggy bandits. Their resemblance to trash pandas is a classic case of convergent evolution.
Yeah, they're completely
These two
different
nocturnal,
animals.
Omnivorous mammals developed similar traits based on similar habits and needs.
Like raccoons who survive.
Yeah, I was watching a video of a black bear today in Japan, just like walked up to this girl and her friends when they were hiking, and he just like, it looked like he was trying to hump her, and he just like kept on coming back up to her and sniffing her, and then he just walked away. I was like, huh, that would have been terrifying, but yeah, it would also be an experience. Like, when would you get? And obviously you would rather have that happen with a black bear than like, you know, a brown bear, a grizzly bear in like Russia or North America or something. That would be terrifying. But yeah, this bear was, when it stood on its hind legs, it was bigger than the girl, but it's like, have I seen the video of a snowboarder being chased by a bear? No, but I want to. I'm gonna watch that next. I'm gonna find it.
The frigid North American winters. Raccoon dogs have a dense winter fur that protects them from the temperatures as low as -25 degrees Celsius. But unlike their North American lookalikes, raccoon dogs hibernate to survive the lean months. They're the only canids to do so, and like other hibernating animals, they rely on fat reserves to take them through the winter. Raccoon dogs
I know some people that do that.
Weighing about 7 kilograms and come out weighing just half of that. Those who don't get fat enough are unlikely to survive the winter in the cold parts of their range, like in Siberia.
Ooh.
So don't be too harsh on them for wanting to eat the world during the warmer months. They need to get as big as a pug by the end of fall. Wait, that's it? They're tiny, but they look much bigger because of their fur.
Of course, they'll only hibernate when they need to, and those in the southern part of their range don't need to hibernate as long. These wintering adaptations have caught the eye of humans, who see in their fur a marketable product.
I didn't realize there was that much variance in them across East Asia, although I guess like Japan is technically kind of islands, so they would probably have like divergent evolution to a degree because of like geographical isolation. But I don't know, they just all kind of looked the same to me until I saw them like next to each other. Tanukis don't pay taxes. You're jealous already. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice.
They have been hunted throughout history to make coats and hats. Things took a turn in the early 20th century when Russian trappers brought them to fur farms in the western part of their country to make it easier to get furs without having to import them from thousands of miles away.
This was what we call in the business a pretty bad move. As we all know, these fluffy boys are gluttons and are capable of wiping out native species in just a few years. And that's exactly what happened.
Some of those raccoon doggies escaped their fur farms and started breeding in the wild. Since then, they have become invasive in Western Russia, the Baltic states, Finland,
yay.
parts of Sweden, and
Oh, no
throughout
way.
Central and Western Europe.
They've been
That's kind of cool. Why can't we have them here? No, it's probably not a good idea, but it would be nice for me.
The French-Spanish border, and the UK considers them a species likely to become invasive in the near future.
Of course, they're only trying to survive, and it's not their fault that they were taken from their native range. But they also pose a huge threat to local bird, amphibian, and reptile populations. Because of this, local governments are actively trying to cull them. But these guys are almost ghosts and are nearly impossible to catch without the help of hunting dogs.
You'd think that since they live in the same areas as bears, tigers, and Amur leopards, that they'd be considered an easy prey. But they're probably too small to be considered worth the hassle. The real bane of their existence is the wolf.
Ooh.
In eastern Russia, over half of all raccoon dogs.
People always go on about how like dangerous Australia is or whatever. It's like, yeah, there's just some snakes and some bugs. Like they're pretty easy to freaking avoid. Meanwhile, they've got like bears and like tigers and wolves and like stuff that could tear you limb from limb. It's like, what are you talking about? It's always like, I'm always like, do these people have brains? Are you okay? What's going on at home? Like, it's just so weird to me. Like, surely these are the Like, these are the animals you should be scared of. What the heck?
Dogs are killed by wolves. Other canids, such as foxes and feral dogs, often take pups. And for trappers, their success rate increases from 10% to 50% when employing hunting dogs.
It truly is a dog-eat-dog world. Back in Japan, tanukis have a much better reputation and are the subjects of legends.
In local folklore,
Oh, I want one of those.
dogs have been said to possess.
I actually want one of these statues for like my little balcony. I'm gonna try and get one when I'm in Japan. Hopefully, I will be in Japan next year.
Supernatural powers, such as shape-shifting and the ability to possess people. These superpowers have been used in media, such as Super Mario Bros., where you can get tanuki powers to fly. The source of their power is thought to be their giant scrotums, which are prominently displayed in tanuki art.
So it
I
wasn't
love
that
it.
Mario was fat, he was just hiding his giant source of power in his pants.
Here at Animal Logic, we leave no stone unturned. So we looked into it, and it turns out that the tanuki's stones aren't nearly as big as the folk art might lead you to believe.
But keep on thriving, you magical creatures. Try not to destroy Europe while doing so.
I'm just gonna grab a drink, but I'll be back in like less than probably 3 minutes. Yay, back. Alright, let's watch. I think Hyperbovian sent me the link to the snowboarder getting chased by a bear. I really want to watch that, so.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it.
I pay for premium. Why am I getting ads?
Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
No.
Describe what you want, and watch it take shape.
Shut up. It's a 46-second ad. Skip. Oh, I see the bear. The bear was probably a metal fan. That's why he's trying to eat her. He's like, don't be singing that around me, love. I'm gonna get ya. Oh my god. He's gaining speed. He's gaining that downwards velocity. He's gonna get her. Yummy, yummy. Flashback of playing Rust. Oh, I hated the bears in Rust so much. Oh my god, did she just not notice? Did she only notice when she went back and looked at the footage that there was a bear behind her? Jesus Christ. That's the real bimbo power. It's probably lucky that she didn't realize the bear was there because she might have freaked out. The fact that she didn't know the bear was there might have saved her life because she might have froze, right? She might have froze or she might have panicked and she might have made a mistake and the bear might have been able to get her. So probably was for the best that she didn't know it was there. Holy crap. Imagine watching that back and shitting your pants. Holy crap. Holy crap. That is nuts. Should we play Horse Girl or should we watch more videos? I love my new PC so much. The owl? Where's the owl? Oh.
Can I get a who?
Aww. Oh, there's an owl cafe in Tokyo, guys. Did you know that there's an owl cafe in Tokyo? Let's watch a video about that next. There's an owl. Should I go to the owl cafe? Oh, I'm gonna put that on my list. Boop. Oh, are the owl cafes unethical? If the owl cafe isn't nice to the owls, I won't go. But yeah, I don't really see any owls around. There's not really a lot of owls around in Australia. I think like loss of habitat and things like that mean that you don't really see them. I see a lot of tawny frogmouths which look like owls, but they're not owls. They're cool, but I just feel like owls are so goth, you know? I want to see some owls. Oh. They're all so weird looking. I love it.
Can I get a who?
Thank you.
Oh wait, it's playing over again. Catzilla, how do I know which owl cafes are like ethical and which ones aren't? Pay attention to the owl's behavior. Okay, well let's watch a video and let's see if we can tell. This says Japan's best owl cafe. Meet the cutest owls in Akihabara. Akahabra? Akababababababa? He seems like he's happy. You went to the Owl Cafe in Japan in like 2016. Was it good, Dan? Was it like, should I go? And after learning about animal cafes, you feel bad. Yeah, maybe I won't go. Oh, see you, Dango. Hope you have a good night. A lot of the animal cafes don't give the animals water or food so they don't wee or poo on people. That's so horrible. I wouldn't mind if an owl shat on me. Isn't that good luck? Isn't it really good luck if a bird shits on you? I would just go buy a lottery ticket. Like a lot of those puppy yoga things. What are puppy yoga things? What are puppy yoga things? I honestly don't know what that is. But yeah, it sounds like some hipster bullshit. All the yoga stuff usually is hipster bullshit. I thought you were one of the bots, Joey. I thought you were one of the bots. I didn't realize you were. I was just, because I just, whenever I see a kick message, I just know it's somebody. I'm not trying to sell you anything, but I really like your stream. Here's how to get more viewers. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, I won't go, but that's insane how many like species of owl they have all together. Would that be like stressful for them as well to have like owls that wouldn't normally come into contact with each other, maybe from different continents altogether? Because where are they sourcing all these owls from? I wonder if they've got Australian ones. Can you send a link or will it get modded? It might get modded, but you can send like the title of something and I can just Google it. They are stealing them from Hogwarts. They might be stealing them from Hogwarts. We don't know. We don't know. They had a warning in there that said owls are difficult to potty train. So maybe they do warn people that they're going to poop on them. I mean, I would hope so. Let me see if I can freeze it. Go back. Owls are difficult to potty train. Please be careful with your clothing. Please let our staff know if an owl is peeing. You think you went to this exact cafe? Oh, well, if they're cruel to owls, I'm not going to watch it and I won't go either. I don't want to contribute to that, but yeah, I just I never get to see owls in the wild in Australia, which really sucks. I think I've seen owls in the wild maybe like 3 or 4 times in my entire life. But when you do, it's so magical. I saw a barn owl like land on my parents' hills hoist, like under the moonlight. It looked really magical. Owls are wild animals and animals shouldn't be kept in jail. Yeah, I do agree. You can't guarantee that they're cruel intentionally. Yeah, but you don't like to see animals suffer and you definitely don't want to contribute to that by like giving them your money, I guess. There's a video, this owl cage in Japan is abusing animals. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna go. You think a lot of old growth deforestation, losing hollows and nesting areas? Yeah, no, that's 100% why there's less owls in Australia than there used to be. Oh, there's a giant rabbit. Where's the cutie pies? You just failed a 2% speed 3 times friendship training? Oh, should we play Horse Girl? Let's play Horse Girl. I have a new PC, so I can play whatever I want. Yay. Oh, wait. Put this one on. What did you miss? You didn't miss much, Delta. Just, 2.5 hours of stuff. I don't know. Oh. Yay. Oh, I have the little goth girl now. That's cool. You still made it for horses? Yeah. I think I will... I've been streaming for 2 hours and 35 minutes, which is pretty good. I think I might stream during the day tomorrow because I can, and I think there's more people online. Give me stuff. All right, let's try and train our little goth girl. Shush. Shush you. I'm doing stuff. Why is she wearing that? Oh, she needs to have a rest, I think. It's such a nice day, but one day off, I find Rice Shower walking through the park looking defeated. Did something happen? Oh, big sister, it's no big deal, but I came here because I wanted to sketch the scenery, but I forgot my sketchbook. Well, that's pretty dumb. I thought I'd just buy a new one, but they're sold out everywhere. Depressed Rice Shower stares listlessly at the sun's beautiful reflection on the water. Her mood went down. Her power went down. Alright, have a nap then. Thanks for the break, big sister. Want to know what I did? I went to the flower shop. Oh yeah, that's right. She's into flowers. Hello, Rezuga04. It was nice and cool inside and I was surrounded by flowers. It was so calming. Here, for some reason, I feel like I can go all out on today's training. Energy recovered by 50. Yay. One afternoon while getting ready for training with Rice Shower. Knock knock. Oh, it's the girl from the PP magazine that's... Oh no, she doesn't have a crush on us. It's the other little weird girl. Excuse me, are you Trainer Panda-chan? May I ask your name? I'm terribly sorry, I would have introduced myself. I'm a reporter for Twinkle Monthly. My name is Etsuko Otanashi. I was looking for trainers to write about and director Akakawa mentioned your name specifically. I'll do my best not to interfere with your training. I look forward to working with you. This is the first I'm hearing of any interview, but Otanashi's polite and sincere attitude, I think this is the same storyline as before, puts me at ease. It's a pleasure. Thank you for agreeing to take part. Let's get into it, shall we? I'm sure you're aware the launch of the Ura finale has taken the racing world by storm. Could you tell us how that's affected you and your trainees' outlook? Blah, 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 blah. In other words, you consider your role as a trainer to help my Uma Musume achieve her dreams. She's just frothing over how great we are. Yep, we're amazing. I can skip the main story. Yeah, I'll just skip it. There we go. Let's speed it up. Alright. I think I need speed and stamina for her. So let's train speed. Alright, have a nap. She's gonna have a nap. She's gonna get all sad. She's gonna listen to Disintegration by The Cure. She's gonna go to the flower shop. She's gonna recharge her Gothu energy. It's all good. Alright. She's gonna have a nap. She speaks in the third person. Yeah, goth girls are a bit like that. When I saw there was a tiny little goth girl horsey, I was like, oh my god. They made a me character. I like that. It's like looking in the mirror if I was a horse. And I had purple eyes instead of green eyes. Oh, I don't want to do that. Speed. Oh. How many friends? Let's do some stamina. Oh my god. Why are you so sleepy? I get that you're moody because you're goth, but like... You wish horses were real? I've got some good news for you, Delta. I think horses are real. I think they are real. I'm not entirely sure, but I've heard reports that some people have seen them. Wow. Friendship is magic, guys. Remember, don't let the other horse intellectual property make you forget that friendship is magic. All right, have a nap. Oh my dear lord. You do go on, love. Oh, it's time to race. We're gonna race, guys. She better win or else she's going to the glue factory. To the knackers with you, goth girl. There'll be no more Robert Smith for you. Let's go. Race. Number one favorite. All right. It's a cloudy day here at Tokyo Racecourse for the 1600-meter Turf Queen Cup. We're gonna push these little girls' faces into the ground. You got $6,000 on this? That's smart money, I reckon. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on. Oh. The leader pack is breaking away and we are all the way in the middle. Not good, not good. Oh wow, we are starting to lag. Come on, love. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. It's a long race. Yeah, it is a lot longer than the other ones. Oh, she's gaining momentum. She can do it. She's got a... Yeah, come on. Come on, come on, come on. All right, she's getting to the front. She's getting to the front. Come on, come on. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. You can do it. Come on, come on. Oh, yep, she's gonna... Ooh. That's her and her purple roses. She can do it. Oh, she's got it. She's got her goth powers. Let's go. Come on, come on. Catch up to that. Oh. I think we came third. I think I trained stamina too much. I think I needed to train speed more. That's alright. Should we watch the concert? Moon played. Oh wait, that's Sailor Moon. Some fan service for all the weeaboos out there. Does this sound like the Totoro song to anyone? The beginning part. 99% of all gamblers quit just before they hit it big. True facts. If they had have just played one more game, they would have won everything back and their family wouldn't be starving. They're quitters. She's so cute. I want to get stamina up to 400 and some energy skills. The rest is speed training. Okay. Alright, I'll work on my stamina. You did great. No, she didn't. She lost. She's a loser. Come on, stamina. Let's go. Alright, have a rest. Have a rest. She does go on. Although that is goth girl energy. I used to take a lot of naps. Oh, it's race day again already. She can only sleep when she wins. I mean, that would be one way to do it. Alright, let's try. Oof. I didn't think we were gonna race again. I think I only had like 1 or 2 turns. It's a little bit scary. But Nakayama Turf, 1800 meters. Wow. The favorite is drunk on bourbon, guys, apparently, if my Japanese is correct, and I believe it is. Come on. 1,2,3,4,5,6,7,8,9,10. Oh no, we started late. We started late. That's bad. Come on. Poo sticks. Yeah, they're way ahead. She's kind of gaining momentum. She's kind of gaining momentum. I mean, they're not like too far ahead. Alright, some of them have started to accelerate. Can we accelerate? Would that be doable? Nah. Nope. That was really bad. That was really bad. Even my other girl, Bakshin, whatever her name was, did better. How can my goth girl fail me? We'll try again. We'll try again. I think she can do it. If she starts at the right time and she gets her acceleration powers. This is her weakest race. Yeah. That's okay. Pardon me, guys. I have the flu. Bourbon. Drunk again. Oh, that's us. Last time. Bakshin, number 2 favorite. Alright. Come on. You can do it. I believe in you. 1,2,3,4,5,6,7,8,9,10. Alright, well, she didn't have a late start. That's better than last time. Alright, she's kind of keeping pace. She's keeping pace with, like, not the head pack, but She's doing alright. She can do it. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, we're third. We're third. We've still got time. We've still got time to use some moves. Alright. Alright, come on, come on. I believe in you. Not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. We still got a while to think about our blue and purple roses. Come on. Magic rose power. You can do it. You can do it. Oh no, Buckshin's accelerating. Third? I think we got third. What should I do? Should I just go on with life? Oh, I got inspiration. I'm gonna have to go to bed soon, guys. I am feverish as. But, you know, this has been a 3-hour stream, so that's pretty good. Oh, go. Off you go. Into the void. Race. Training? Race better here? You think it's better to race? Alright, I'll race. Alright. I think I'll do this race and then I'm gonna go to bed because I am buggered. I am so sick. Flora Stakes. She has to win the Flora Stakes because she's obsessed with flowers. It's a sign. It's a sign, guys. It's a sign from the Lord. I believe. Aww. Horse girls. Boop, 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 boop. Alright. Come on. Ich, ni. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, roku, nana, hachi, kyuju. Well, we didn't start late, so that's good. Okay. Not doing too bad. Okay, we're like 4th. It's not too bad. Nothing that we can't make up later. We can do it. He can do it. Yeah, she's doing good. She's breaking away from the second pack. She's breaking away. She's breaking away. Come on. Come on. Where are we? come on. Oh, I think we could get this. I think we could get this. Especially if she gets her magic rose power. Rose power, activate. You can do it. I believe in you. Oh, other people are getting their velocity up. No, we need our velocity. Come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on. I believe in you. Think about Robert Smith. He's been looking so long at his pictures of you. Yay, I knew the power of the cure could compel you. That's how you get a goth girl to do stuff, guys. Yay, we won. Second goes to winning ticket. Well, she wasn't a winning ticket then, was she? She was bloody second. All right. First. We are first. Connecting to your mum. Carrots. Next. Bronze. Next. Alright guys, I am sorry, but I am so sick. I have to go. But thank you for hanging out. It's been a 3-hour stream, so if you want to go back, if you missed the beginning, because I did start at 8, you can go back and see my delirious flu rantings. It's truly a thing to behold. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Bye.